Although the JSON format is derived from and looks very much like JavaScript objects, there are some differences between the two. In working with JavaScript applications, we often have to deal with both. So let's take a look at some of the similarities and differences between JavaScript objects and JSON. A JSON declaration is a string with names and value pairs. In JSONs, the keys are wrapped in double quotes, not single quotes, so you have to be careful when defining these. Make sure you don't try something like this, or that you forget to put the quotes. This is not valid JSON. With the quotes, it is. JSON keys can be any valid string. That means that you can place hyphens, spaces, and even special characters in your key. But be careful because that makes it harder to access data. I would stick to just underscores in between spaces. Do not use the hyphens. It's better to just use underscores. JSON values have to be one of 6 data types: strings, numbers, objects, arrays, booleans, which is true or false, or the special value null. JavaScript objects, on the other hand, can be any valid JavaScript structure. So here we've created a JavaScript object. It's very close to what the JSON string looked like, but you can see some differences. So for example, we're missing the quotations here. And this is a valid JavaScript name. So where a JSON string could have something like full space name, a JavaScript object has to have something like full underscore name. So the quotes on the keys are not going to be necessary on JavaScript objects. A JavaScript object can also be any data type, including a function, which you can't do with JSON. Here we assign the function literal to a key called getName. That would just execute an alert on a page. It wouldn't do much of anything. You can put a full function as a JavaScript object value. Unlike with a JavaScript object, a JSON object needs to be fed as a string into a variable, and then it has to be parsed into JavaScript. There's a couple of ways of doing this. You can use the eval function or the newer JSON parse function. Using eval has some potential security risks, since someone could theoretically include a script inside some JSON data. JSON parse is considered to be more secure, but it's less compatible with older browsers. There is another function called JSON-stringify that does the opposite of parse. Sometimes it's useful to take an existing JavaScript object and convert it into a string. It suffers from some of the same compatibility issues as JSON parse. For that reason, a library like jQuery can be a big help, since it takes care of compatibility and parsing for you. For the most part, when you're working within an existing JavaScript file, you'll be working with JavaScript objects, or JSON data that has been parsed into an object. It's rare to write pure JSON within JavaScript. JSON will be more useful when reading data from another source.